I say hello, everybody. I understand that what we're going to talk about today is the art of awareness. So, when you have awareness in your life, guys, you're going to be much more growing with your emotions and you're going to be able to be present and in the moment because anything that's got to do with awareness is your knowledge, and you have to focus on your knowledge every single day to grow your knowledge so you can become much more aware. So, anybody who's much more aware about life has more knowledge. So, the more knowledge you have, the more wiser you're going to become and the better looking you're going to be, and the more you're going to have things to deal with. So you have to understand that life comes with a lot of challenges in life, and you have to be in your emotions to overcome the challenges. So there are two types of people. I promise you, one lives in the brain, and another person lives in the heart. I promise you, I need you to live in the heart. I need you to be the person who lives in the heart because you have to have the heart awareness, and you have to understand that the more you live in the body today, the more you're able to become aware. Because what the important thing is to remember is when you become aware in the moments, that you're going to have always something to talk about, and you're always going to be someone who's actually much more thriving in life because you're able to grow yourself in the moment and you're able to go and have a great life for yourself. So the whole point of life is to be aware, and it's to be much more conscious about everything that you're doing. So you have to be self-reflective and you have to be growing yourself in the art of awareness. So every single day, I'm always in the present moments because I'm always in the body and I'm living in the body. So anything to do with the body is from the neck down. So from the waist up to the neck is body, and so are your legs and so are your arms. So you must understand that anything that you're doing today, you have to be doing it in the body and you have to be doing it in the awareness of the feelings. So you have to be feeling your way through life and you have to be feeling good about yourself. So you have to understand you have to go for exercises, and you have to understand 30 minutes a day of exercise every single day is going to help you to lose some weight, and it's going to help you to burn calories, and it's going to help you to become much more feeling and much more I apologize. And it's going to help you to have much more endorphins rushing through your mind. So you must understand that exercise is very vital to having a healthy body. So you must understand to have a healthy body in the process. So the more you're actually present in the moments of awareness, the more you're actually feeling through life. So you have to understand to overcome challenges with your feelings. And the more you're actually feeling your thinking, as Jamie Smart says, the more you're able to actually live life. So the whole point is living in the body and living in the awareness of the mind. In a sense, so the mind of your heart is much more better than living in the mind of the mind. In a sense, so you must understand that anything to do with awareness has to do with the body. And you must understand that even your mind has conscious abilities, but your heart has much more emphasis around being able to be present than the mind. In a sense, so you must understand that why that is because the body is much more larger than the mind itself. And you have to understand that it's much more helpful that you understand that every single day of your life, that the more awareness you gain in terms of life, the more you're actually going to be thriving through life. So the whole point of life is to be able to be aware. And the more you're aware, the happier you're going to become and the more authentic you're going to become as well. So authentic, I promise you, to be authentic is to live your word, and it's to be able to be integral and to have integrity in your life. So you must understand that what you say goes, and you have to understand that it's much more privileging to be in awareness every single day of your life and to be much more conscious about what you're doing every single day and to be able to go and express yourself every single day so you can actually grow. So every single time I grow, I'm always using my awareness. I'm using my feelings. I'm tightening up my feelings. I'm making sure I'm speaking from the heart. I'm making sure I'm doing something around awareness work every single day of my life to become the best version of myself all the time. So that's the whole point of life. And the whole point of life is to make sure that every single day of your life that you're becoming much more aware. In a sense, so to become much more aware, you need more wisdom. And to have more wisdom is to read more books and to be able to reflect upon this moment with the present awareness of your body and making sure that every single day of your life that you're thriving to overcome situations with your body and your awareness of the feelings. So make sure you understand that you have to be in your feelings to grow. And the more you're in your feelings to grow, the better you're going to become. So every single day of your life, make sure you understand that God has a plan for you and God is always planning your life, whether you like it or not. I promise you, God's always in your life. And you must understand that God always has awareness to some credibility in your life. So what's important is making sure that every single day of your life that you're actually going and being fruitful with yourself, and making sure that you're always speaking from the heart. I mean, in a sense, so every single day of your life, make sure that you're always in the body, and you're making sure that you're tensing up your body sometimes to speak, and that you relax as well, and that you actually have a great life for yourself. See, also, guys, you have to remember that everything is your fault, and you have to understand that you have to always regard yourself as someone who's taking responsibility for your life. So if somebody makes you coffee, I mean, make sure you understand that if you quit coffee, make sure that you never ever drink the coffee that they made you. I mean, in a sense, so the whole point is to stick to the feelings, and making sure that every single day that you're self-controlling yourself with your feelings, and that you are happy with who you are. I mean, in a sense, so you have to understand to be happy. But to be happy is to read more books, and is to get more smarter in life. So the helpful ways of living life are, one, in terms of life where you're actually growing yourself and you're making sure that you're doing something nice and beautiful for yourself every single time. And number two is making sure that you're in the feelings and the awareness of your life every single day, because it's going to help you to move forward. And three, and I understand making goals for yourself, and making sure that you're understanding that the more goals you have for yourself, the better you're going to become. And making sure that you understand that you're always delivering content. So when you're actually delivering content, you're making sure that you're in your feelings while doing it, and you're becoming aware and in the moments while you're actually helping yourself to grow is very important. So make sure you encourage yourself to grow, and to grow yourself is to be in your feelings. So make sure you're always in the body and you're always in the feelings of your life to overcome situations for yourself. So you have to understand that anything that's got to do with the feelings is got to do with the present moment. So the more you're in your feelings, and the more you're feeling your thinking, and the more you're going to be in the present moment for this way. I mean, in a sense, so every single day you must understand that every single day of your life is a new day, and you have to understand that you have to arise from challenges, and you have to understand every single day of your life that you're going slowly, because slow and steady wins the race. And you have to understand that longevity is key to your life. So every single day of your life, you're always performing something new, and you're making sure that you're doing something great for yourself every single day. So the art of awareness is something to be thinking about every single day of your life, and making sure that you're always coming back to the breathing, and making sure that you're feeling your way through life is something that's going to help you move forward. So when you're actually helping yourself to embody the feelings every single day of your life, you're going to become happier, and you're going to become much more confident about what you're saying, and you're going to be much more dwelling in the moments than in the past and in the future. I mean, understand, because anything that's got to do with the future has to do with the now, and anything and anything that's got to do with the past has got to do with now as well. So the more you're actually present and in the moments, the better you're going to feel. And the whole point is feeling great. So the whole point is being able to breathe as much as you can. I mean, in a sense of the breathing in your life is how you live, and the more you breathe, the better you live. I mean, in a sense, so try to breathe more, and try to understand to come back to the breath every single day of your life. Try to make sure that you're always breathing the best you can, so you can deliver content, and so you can help yourself to have a grateful life for yourself. So making sure every single day that you never need cigarettes and you never need alcohol and drugs to feel good. I mean, understand, I promise you what you need is a greater life. And you have to understand that if you want a greater life, you have to live in the feelings, and you have to overcome situations with your feelings, and you have to always sculpture your life in better habits. So make sure you understand that if you're really hungry, make sure you're eating make sure you're eating disciplined food that's actually disciplining you to do better with food and drink, and making sure that you understand every single day of your life that you're always understanding how to go and break a sweat for yourself so you can actually live life. I mean, so make sure you understand that you have to be exercising, and you have to be living life to the fullest every single day of your life. You have to be doing something courageous for yourself so you can grow. I mean, in a sense, so every single day of your life, you're always looking for broad thinking, and to be able to think broadly is to be able to be in your feelings. So the whole point of life is to be in the feelings of life, and making sure that you're always courageous with your feelings and making sure that you're approaching people to have a conversation with them so you can actually do better. So the whole point of life is to be making sure that you're growing and making sure that you're in the present moment. So every single day of your life, you're making sure you're always nice and beautiful for yourself so you can actually grow, and so you can do life much greater. I understand that what's important is making sure that you're always delivering content, and making sure that you understand that anything to do with the awareness has got to do with the body and the feelings. So you must understand that no matter what, that when you're growing yourself, you're actually performing and you're actually doing life much greater. So that's the whole point of life. And the whole point of life is making sure that you're doing something that's helping you move forward. So every single day of your life, you have to understand that you have to talk and you have to find ways of thinking and you have to find ways of speaking and you have to find ways of doing something that's going to help you move forward. I understand. So make sure you're in the present moment and make sure every single day of your life that you're coming back to your breathing and making sure that you're always in your feelings. I mean, always be in the feelings of life, because your feelings are going to tell you how you feel. And how you feel on a regular basis is how you live life. And how you feel is the epitome of success. I mean, in a sense, so every single day you want to be feeling good about yourself. You want to have contentment. I mean, you want to be having authentic ways of life and integrity in your life. And you want to be honest with yourself every single day. So make sure you discipline yourself with your emotions and making sure that you're using your emotions to have a greater way of life, and so that you actually understand much more about life itself. So make sure every single day of your life that you're always performing and outperforming yourself, so you actually deliver content and so you actually do better for yourself. So make sure every single day of your life that you're actually doing something to grow yourself. So ways I grow, guys, is I make sure I make a video, I make audio contents, I make writing materials so I can actually help myself to do better. And I make sure every single day that I'm always doing 1 hour videos every single day to keep up with my passion and to actually teach you something about life and spirituality. So you must understand that it's much more helpful every single day of your life to make sure that you're always thriving and that you're thriving in a way that's actually helping you move forward. So every single day of your life, you're always making sure that you're doing something to help someone else, because that's the art of being compassionate and that's the art of awareness. So the more aware you are, the more kind you're going to be and the more you're going to help people. So every single day of your life, you're always making sure that you're looking for things to say and you're looking for things to do in your videos and in your writing materials, and making sure that you're always keeping yourself occupied and you're always doing something to help yourself to succeed, because that's the whole point of life. And the whole point of life is to be aware. I mean, is that? So the more aware you are, the better you're going to feel. And the more you feel about life, the better you're going to understand life. So every single day of your life, do something that's going to help someone else to succeed. And that way you're going to be selfless. And that way you're going to be someone who's in recognition, and people are going to pay respect to you because you're helping people and because you're actually doing something that's helping people to do better in life. So make sure you're always connecting words together every single day, and push yourself to connect words together, and make sure you push yourself through life with your heart, and make sure you're pushing yourself with your feelings every single day, using your emotions to be in the moment every single day, and also tensing up your emotions. I mean, tense up your emotions and see how you feel when you tense up your emotions. And I mean, every single time you tense up your emotions, you're going to feel good. And you're going to understand, for example, bodybuilders, when they have a great body, they tense up their emotions and they tense up their emotions and all the muscles, and you can see all the muscles, yeah? Because they want to feel good. So they tense up their emotions and they show people their muscles and they're like, I mean, you understand? Because they feel good about that. And because when you tense up your emotions, you're tensing up your muscles. And when you tense up your muscles, you're going to feel good. I mean, you understand? But make sure you're never too tense all the time. Make sure sometimes you relax your muscles, but make sure you're understanding that right now, for example, I'm talking from a perspective where I'm tensing my emotions to speak so that I feel good about myself. I mean, you understand? But when I relax, I'm still in the body, and I'm now relaxing while I'm talking to you. I'm still in the body. I'm still in the guts. I'm living in the guts. I mean, you understand? So anywhere to do with your guts and intestines is where I live. I mean, you understand? So make sure you understand that you have to be living much greater, and you have to have a greater life, and you have to have a greater perspective of mindset every single day of your life to be able to go and grow yourself and to be able to appreciate life for the better every single day. And you have to be always creating something for yourself to be able to go and prosper. So every single day of your life, you have to be doing videos and you have to be doing something around life, because there's nothing to do in life other than to make more content. I mean, and so every single day of your life, you must understand that I make music from the heart. I make music from the body. I make music from the feelings, because the feelings is the heart and the feelings is the body. And you must understand that you have to embody yourself every single day of your life. You have to be always in the feelings while you're creating something and while you're actually pushing yourself to move forward. Because the more you're in your feelings, the more younger you're going to be and the better you're going to look, in terms of the better look you're going to have it throughout life. So make sure you're always performing and making sure every single day you're doing something that's going to help you to look better in the body, and making sure every single day that you look like Jesus Christ all the time, making sure that you're always following Jesus Christ is the number one way of life. So make sure you understand that Jesus Christ is always in his feelings, and making sure he's always feeling life and experiencing the moment through his feelings, because the mind cannot experience anything, but your mind is the feelings. And you must understand that the feelings do express, but there is two types of ways of life, and there is the mind and there is the feelings. And you must understand that it's much more blessing to feel your way through life than it is to be in the mind. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that you have to be using your mindset, and you have to be using your mind and your discipline skills and your wisdom to be able to control yourself, and to actually self-denial, and to be in self-denial for yourself, to actually delay gratification, so that you can actually help yourself to lose weight, and so you can help yourself to have much more greater perspective of a mindset every single day of your life through delaying gratification, and through making sure that you're actually helping yourself to live life much more. So the whole point of life is to make sure that you're always helping yourself to become the best version of yourself, and helping yourself to understand that life is to be lived now. And when you live now, and when you live in the here and now, you're going to be present in the moment, because the mind cannot understand that, because the mind makes too much thoughts. So you must understand to never live in your thoughts, but live in the space of no mind. I mean, you understand? So when you live in the space of no mind, you have no suffering anymore, because anything that's suffering is the thoughts that you have. And you must understand that thoughts arise from the mind. But anything that's got to do with no mind has got to do with the feelings of life. So every single day, that when you embody your feelings and when you live in the feelings, you'll never end the mind, and you're always looking and observing your thoughts. So you're in the observing spot, and you're making sure that you're the observer of your mind. I mean, in a sense, so to be the observer, you have to be in the feelings. So every single day of your life, the more you're in the feelings, the more you're able to observe the thoughts you have, and to be unattached to the thoughts you have every single day. So the more I have thoughts, the more I'm in the body, and the more I'm actually in the feelings, to be able to go and observe those thoughts, to never take action upon those thoughts if they're harmful for me. So for example, if my mind says get a cigarette, I'm in the feelings, but my feelings tell me to never ever go with the thought. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that anything to do with the feelings is much more better than the mind, because it's going to help you move forward, and it's something that's actually the no mind of life. So you must understand that Buddha says that no mind equals no suffering. And make sure you understand that the more you actually help yourself to be in the feelings of life, the more you're going to be spacious, and you're going to be empty, and you're going to be someone who understands that you have much more energy this way, because you're embodying the mind through the feelings, and you're actually in the feelings of life. So you're actually being an observer of the mind, and you're making sure that the mind creates thoughts. So your feelings have no thoughts, but when you're in the feelings, then you have no mind. And when you're in the feelings, you're able to observe the mind, which has thoughts. So you're able to, I mean, when you're in the feelings, you're able to observe those feelings and thoughts, and you're able to feel good, and you're able to make decisions from the emotional EQ that you have, which is your feelings. I mean, your IQ is also the feelings you have. I mean, in a sense, so everything to do with life is got to do with discipline, and making sure that you're disciplining yourself every single day is something that's going to help you to be broad in terms of your thinking, and making sure that you understand that the more you're in the actual feelings of life, the more you're actually embodying the present moment, and the more you're actually going to live in the now. So make sure every single day of your life that you're making sure that you're always delivering content, and making sure that you're doing something that's thriving, and that you're always delivering content in a way that you're helping people to move forward. It's something that's the art of compassionism, and making sure that you understand that the more compassionate you are toward people, the better you're going to become, and the more solitude you're going to have. So when you really help yourself to understand that when you live in a room, for example, when you live in a house where you have nothing else to do other than your passions, you're still going to be able to live life, and you're still going to be able to do life in the feelings. So make sure you understand that if you go to prison today, or if you go somewhere in life, make sure you're living in the feelings. I mean, make sure you understand that anything can happen, and you can die at any age. I mean, you understand? I mean, anybody's vulnerable to cancer today. Anybody's vulnerable to cancer, and anybody's vulnerable to a heart disease. I mean, you understand? So make sure you understand that no matter what, that to prevent heart disease and to prevent cancer is to be in the feelings. So make sure you understand that you have to control yourself, and you have to make sure that you're in self-denial all the time, and making sure always that you're delivering content that's the best kind of content in the planet, and that you're always delivering content from the heart. I mean, you understand? I mean, speak from the heart and create from the heart every single day, and make sure you're always consistent. I mean, make sure you be consistent with what you're doing, but make sure you're following Jesus Christ with what he said about life, and making sure always that you're actually helping yourself to move forward all the time. So right now it's 36 degrees right here in Australia, and my room's feeling around 40 degrees, but I turned off the air conditioner so that you can hear me better. So the whole point is making sure that you understand that you have to have a quality video, and you make sure every single day that you understand that you have to be uploading quality all the time. And all the time making sure you understand that I upload my videos at 480 pixels in terms of quality online, because it's much more effective for me in terms of time and space to be able to help myself to succeed. So every single day of my life, I'm always focusing on a greater way of being. I'm making sure I'm always in the feelings, and I'm always embodying my thoughts through the feelings. So I'm always observing my mindset. So the more you observe your mindset, the more feelings you have. And the more feelings you have, the better you're going to feel around life. So every single day, feel young. I mean, feel young and prosperous. I mean, make sure you feel abundant and rich in your feelings. I mean, in a sense, so that's what all people are looking for, is just to experience something that's the feelings. So the more you actually feel throughout life, and the more you actually going to become much more greater in terms of what you're saying and in what you're doing. So that's the whole point of actually helping yourself to understand that you have to have courses, and you have to do courses where you're actually relating to people, and you're relating something to life, where you're actually delivering something that's going to help people move forward. So that's the whole point. And the whole point is making sure that you're giving everything for free, and making sure that you're always creating something that's actually beautiful and that's actually going to help someone to succeed, is the art of being compassionate. So make sure you understand that the art of being compassionate is to be aware, and is to be always in the moment. So making sure they understand that's all got to do with the art of awareness. So every single day you must understand that when you are actually growing yourself, you're actually always in the feelings, and you're always prospering, and making sure that you overcome the mind that you have. I mean, overcome your thoughts. I mean, every single day, overcome the thoughts you have, and do what's healthy for you every single day. I mean, do you understand? So do what's healthy, and put your health first, and make sure you put God first, because God is health. And you must understand that if you really, really want to perform and outperform yourself, and if you really want to help yourself to have a greater mindset for yourself, then you have to learn to actually help to embody yourself in the feeling of the journey. I mean, in a sense, so make sure every single day that if you want to feel the journey of life, it's going to be much more prosperous for you to do so, and it's going to help you to understand that you're going to be able to go and prosper in terms of being rich, and rich with feeling, and you're going to understand that you're experiencing the moment every single day of your life. So this is my work. I mean, this is what I do, and this is how I help people to embody their feelings. And this is how I'm understanding that when you're living in the body, and when you're living in the feelings, you're going to be able to overcome anything. And you're going to be able to understand that you have to just be sitting through the nice and beautiful life, and also journey. In terms of the journey, you must understand to be sitting, and also standing up, and making sure that you're walking and getting around, and making sure you're making more conversations around life with people, so that you can build your communicational skills. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that there are people out there that want good for you, but there are other people that want bad for you. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you always be kind to those who persecute you, because Jesus Christ was very kind to those who persecuted him. I mean, in a sense, so Jesus was very kind to those who persecuted him, and you must understand to love your enemies like you love yourself. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that you have to love yourself, and you have to understand that Jesus Christ loves everybody, even though what happened to Jesus Christ, and pretty much Jesus Christ still loves the Pharisees. And you must understand that you have to go and develop the art of being compassionate, just like Jesus Christ was compassionate in terms of life, and just like Jesus Christ was compassionate with you. And you must understand that you never hurt anybody with words, and you make sure every single day that you understand that words never hurt anybody. But somebody who does somebody that does actually get hurt by words may block you. So make sure you understand to be nice and polite, and make sure that you understand that you be at your best performance all the time, because you want friendships to last, and you want relationships to last. So to be able to be in the present moment is to be able to live life, and it's something that's going to help you to move forward. So make sure you understand that you're stretching your feelings. I mean, be able to stretch your feelings. I mean, understand? I mean, be able to tense your feelings up, and make sure that you're overcoming situations, and making sure that you're healthy in the process is very, 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 very vital to becoming a better person. So when you become a better person, I mean, all that you're really, really trying to embody is a greater attitude, and you're making sure that every single day that you're doing something that's going to help people to embody their feelings. So make sure you understand that you be the art of a Buddha. In a sense, so be a Buddha in your life and listen to Buddhism works, and make sure every single day that you listen to much more books about psychology and psychiatry, and making sure that you understand all the medications out there, and make sure that you read about everything. I mean, in a sense, because the more you read, the better you are, and the more smarter you're going to become. So that's the whole point of life. So every single day that you're understanding that the more smart you become and the better you're going to be in terms of looks and in terms of everything, in terms of life. So every single day you're understanding that the more you actually embody life and the more you feel throughout life and the more you actually walk through life, the better you're actually going to become. So every single day you're always looking to help yourself to move forward, and you're always helping yourself to understand that there's always something to talk about. So you have to feel your way through life, and you have to understand that the more you feel through life, the more gratitude you're going to show for this life, and the more actual blessings you're going to show. So make sure you understand that if somebody's making you coffee when you don't want coffee, I mean, make sure you never drink the coffee because you have a goal of no drinking coffee. So make sure every single day to never drink coffee, and make sure you never do cigarettes and alcohol and cigarettes in terms of drugs and methamphetamine. And you have to understand that I'm somebody who was always practicing methamphetamine. I was always doing methamphetamine before, and I was doing cocaine and ecstasy pills and weed. I was smoking weed, I was smoking cigarettes, I was doing drugs and alcohol. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand I was having sex with prostitutes. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand that it's not my lifestyle anymore, and I learned from it. And I never want to be a slave to my mind. So I control my mindset. I control the person I am every single day. And you must understand that not everybody's for everybody. And sometimes when relationships fall apart, it's because of money. And you must understand that you have to have money in your pocket. And you have to understand that if you have a great communicational skill every single day, then you have to understand that you have nothing to worry about, because your communication is going to help to lift people. So the more you lift people, the better looking you're going to be in terms of life. So you must understand that every single day of your life you have to be giving something for nothing, and you have to be teaching something for people to grow. So the more you actually grow, the better you're going to become. So you have to understand that you have to be really in the fine awareness of your life, and you have to understand that the more heart awareness you have around life, the better you're going to become in terms of communicational skills and confidence and courage and freedom, and you're going to be able to push yourself. So when you push yourself, do you push yourself with the mind, or do you push yourself with the heart? So perhaps you push yourself with the heart. I mean, make sure you understand to push yourself with your all being. I mean, make sure you use everything to your advantage. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand every single day, push yourself with the feelings, because the feelings is something that's going to help drive you. So make sure every single day that you're doing something around feelings every single day. I see, guys, so when I talk about feelings, I'm making sure you understand I'm in the body, I'm squeezing and also stretching my emotions, but I'm using my emotions to do life, and I'm making sure that I'm feeling good about the moment, and I'm always motivating myself through my feelings. So the better I feel, the more I feel great. I mean, in a sense, so I have to understand to feel my way through life, because the more I feel, the actual, in terms of the actual awareness that I have is always falling into the present moment, because your feelings melt into the present moment. I mean, in a sense, so when you understand that your mindset is, in terms of life, your heart, and your heart is your feelings. So you must understand that when you use your feelings, you're using your mindset, and you're using everything of your being, which is your wisdom. I mean, you're saying you're using your wisdom to become disciplined. And when you actually become disciplined for your wisdom and awareness, then you actually are understanding that you're actually doing much greater for yourself in terms of life when you're actually doing work. And when you're doing work of courage and freedom and financial freedom, and you're doing something around freelancing, and you're doing something to help people in some type of manner that you are passionate about, I mean, you're always going to find purpose. And the purpose of my life is to help people. So I help people in terms of everything that I talk about, and I talk about everything. So I never have limits to what I talk about. So I'm always talking about everything, because that way I'm always courageous, and that way I'm always delivering content in the best way forward, and I'm making sure that I'm living in the present moment while doing it. So I have to overcome the feelings, I have to overcome everything in terms of my life. And you must understand that Jesus Christ said, I overcame the world. I mean, in a sense, the world in terms of his world. I'm pretty sure he overcame this world and his world. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand that he's transcended. I mean, he transcended into a being, and he transcended this life by eternal life. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand that when you're actually transcending life, you're in the feelings, and you're making sure that you're present and in the moment, and overcoming situations like coffee and cigarettes and drugs and alcohol and sex with other people and food and drink. So make sure every single day that you only eat when you have to eat. I mean, only drink food and drink, and only eat food and drink food and drink when you actually someone who needs energy. So make sure you understand that you have to overcome situations and you have to feel good about yourself all the time. But the more you actually delay gratification, the better you're going to feel. So you must understand that it's a lifetime process, and you must understand every single time that you're in the feelings, you're always going to feel great. I mean, in a sense, so I feel great even though I'm a bit overweight. I'm feeling great. I mean, in a sense, and why am I a bit overweight? Because the doctor put me on some medications, and the medications makes me eat a bit more. So make sure you understand that I've been less disciplined in my life. So you must understand that I started eating pizza, and I started eating some chocolate, and I started eating some milk and stuff like that. But I'm a vegan right now, so I'm making sure I'm sticking to veganism again. And you must understand that life's full of challenges, and life is full of ups and downs. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that nothing is temporary, as the Buddhism says. I mean, in a sense, so Buddhism tells you and talks about that nothing is temporary, and that whatever you're going through now shall pass. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that you have to go through life making work, and you have to do some work for yourself, and you have to be able to grow yourself through your emotions. I mean, you have to grow your emotions, and you have to grow the person you are. But to do that, you have to live like Jesus Christ, and you have to be living like Jesus Christ's body, and you have to embody Jesus Christ into your life, and you have to understand that you have to follow something in life, and you have to be always a student of people. So every single day of your life, you're looking to help yourself to succeed, and you're making sure that you're overcoming situations every single day of your life, and that you're always in the body so you can actually feel your way through life, because it's about feeling. So what I do to actually be in the feelings is I tense up my emotions sometimes, and I tense up my emotions, and I stay still, and I be still in my life, and I'm making sure every single day I always have something to do. I'm always doing something to help my life to succeed. So that's the important thing about life. So every single day I'm always successful because I'm always in the feelings, and I'm making sure they understand that whatever my regrets are, I have no regrets. I mean, you understand? So I used to smoke cigarettes, I used to do drugs and alcohol, I used to have sex with women in terms of prostitutes. I mean, I have no regrets about that. I mean, I'm learning something from that. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand that I no longer chase women that much, and you must understand I no longer chase women because I have no need to chase women. I try to make women chase me. So you must understand the whole point is that you have to be the first one to chase. I mean, in a sense, so Jesus Christ says in the Bible of God that He's the first one to chase the disciples. I mean, understand, because the disciples of Jesus Christ would never ever chase Jesus Christ, but Jesus Christ chose the disciples by choosing to act first. I mean, in a sense, you have to act first throughout life. So if you want a girlfriend or boyfriend, then you have to act first, and you have to understand that if you want friends in life, then you have to be the first one to approach them, and you have to be always consistently approaching people first. And I mean, in a sense, you always have to understand that you have to act first in life, and you have to be first in your life. I mean, in a sense, so you put yourself first all the time. And make sure you understand that no matter what happens in life, that you're always successful, and be successful in your life. And make sure every single day that you're understanding that the more you embody the feelings, the more you're actually going to feel great about yourself. So it's about stretching those emotions and feeling great about yourself. So that's the whole point of life. I mean, they're saying, I mean, that's the art of happiness. But the art of happiness is being in the feelings. And the more you can be in the feelings by stretching your feelings, and the more you can understand to stretch your feelings and also tense up your emotions while you're actually being in the moment, the more happy you're going to become, because you're going to be able to observe your emotions, and you're going to be able to observe the mindset that you have, and you're going to be able to observe all the thoughts, and you're going to be able to choose your thoughts much more wisely. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that nothing is forever, but temporary is life. I mean, life is eternal, but life is also temporary. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that no matter what, that every single day of your life, that you're always doing something that's actually helping you grow. So make sure all the time that you're always nice to people, and making sure that you're always understanding leadership skills, and making sure you always have that nice and beautiful attitude going, but also making sure that you're talking to the best of the people in your life, so that you understand that people do care about you to some extent, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So make sure you understand that my mum went through hell, and she went through a beating process where she was always beaten by my grandfather, and she was beaten by my dad in terms of violence. And my grandpa was very violent with my mum, and so was my dad. And you must understand that my mum really didn't die from the situation, so it made her stronger. And you must understand that no matter what, that my dad used to hit me, and you must understand that my mum never hit me in my life. I mean, you must understand that my grandpa and anybody in terms of my life never hit me, except for some people. Also my grandfather, in terms of my mum's side, hit me. And you must understand that my dad hit me a lot. I mean, you must understand. I went through situations where I was without a mother for 19 years, and you must understand that I grew up with my dad. I mean, my dad's toxic. I mean, you must understand that he's toxic to some level, but he also means good for me, and he also has habits that's very toxic to me. I mean, he smokes around me, and he smokes cigarettes around me, and he used to drink alcohol, and he used to do drugs and gambling a lot. I mean, you understand, and he divorced my mum, and you must understand that I went through trauma. I mean, you understand, I went through a lot of trauma through my life. But the thing is, everything in terms of life, I forgive myself, I forgive everybody. I mean, in a sense, so I'm still moving on from the situations. I'm not stuck in the past. So I'm actually helping myself to move forward from everything. And I'm learning from the situation. I'm learning from what's happening around the world. And I'm doing everything I can every single day to find the trends. And I'm actually learning and growing. And I'm always buying books. I'm always getting smarter. I'm getting smarter every single day. And I'm always looking for more to read. I'm always making sure that I'm reading much more than I can do. I mean, and so every single day I read as much as I can so that I can become smarter and smarter. And I invest my money into books, transport, clothing, food and drink, accommodation, travel. I use money to experience something in technology as well. So I'm making sure all the time I'm looking as best I can every single day, but I'm doing the best I can. I mean, in a sense, so I'm trying to live a positive attitude. I'm trying to make sure that everybody understands how to brand themselves and how to actually live life much greater. But not many people are watching me right now, but I'm understanding that not many people will watch you in life, and you must understand that. But what's important is to do something to help yourself to succeed every single day, and making sure that you're just positive throughout life, and making sure every single day you're doing something successful where you can actually help yourself to grow. So you must understand that the art of growth is to be able to intentionally grow. So make sure you seek out information and seek out something to learn and grow from. I mean, in a sense, so you're always looking for something to grow from, and you're always making sure that you're in the feelings of life, making sure that you're always helping yourself to succeed and always helping yourself to understand your feelings. So being in the feelings is to be the art of awareness. I mean, in a sense, so every single day you must understand that when you're actually growing yourself, you're actually helping yourself to grow in terms of different ways, and making sure every single day you always come back to the word I when you're speaking, and learning how to understand the I code. So the I code has got to do with the word I in terms of I love you. So when you come back to the word I, you try to use the word I as much as you can in your sentencing, and trying to understand to come back to the word I as much as possible so you can help yourself to grow is what I do. So I'm always using the word I in my sentence. So every single day of my life, I'm always making sure that I'm making more videos come true. I'm pushing myself every single day to make videos. I'm pushing myself to understand much more about life. And I'm actually always helping myself to grow. But I'm overcoming cigarettes. I'm overcoming addictions. I'm making sure you understand I'm living in the feelings to do so. And I'm actually always tensing up my emotions. So if I crave a cigarette, I make sure I go in the emotions and I never crave cigarettes again. I understand. And why is that? Because my emotions never feel like cigarettes. I understand. But what makes you feel is the feelings of your life. And I mean, every single day you understand that no matter what, that when you're looking for feelings, and when you actually look for your feelings, and you're always able to label your feelings. But the thing is that you should never and must never ever label anything about life. And you must understand that the ego always wants to label everything, and you have to understand that we know nothing about this life, and there's nothing that we know in this life. I'm very sure there's nothing that we know or meaning about. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you always keep learning, because the only thing I know is that I know nothing, as Socrates says. So make sure you understand that you must understand how to embody your feelings, and you must understand to grow from the situation at hand. So the more you're actually growing yourself, the better you're going to become in terms of life and consequences and everything that you're being in terms of life. So you must understand that no matter what, that currently you must understand that every single day of your life you must be growing, and you must understand to feed your mind positive material every single day, and you must understand to surround yourself with people who are greatness, and you must understand to surround yourself with millionaires and billionaires. And the way you can do this is on YouTube, and you can follow YouTube people where people are millionaires, and you must understand they have YouTube channels where you can follow their thinking and their books, and you must understand to read much more and to focus upon a greater life for yourself. So the more you actually focus that there is a better life waiting for you, the better you're going to understand hope. So when you hope for something, you always understand that there is a better world. So my belief is that there is a better world, and that's my hope. Personally, that's something that I believe in. But Jesus Christ, I believe in Jesus Christ. So when I believe in I apologize. I promise you, when I believe in Jesus Christ, I believe in hope. I mean, in a sense, so the more I have faith in Jesus Christ, the more the more I feel Jesus Christ and what He's actually doing. So when you think, you must feel and grow rich. I mean, you must understand to feel yourself growing rich every single day of your life. And I mean, you must understand that the more you actually be in the feelings of your life, the more you're able to embody a better life, and the more you're able to overcome addictions. So make sure you understand to tense your emotions, and make sure you understand to stretch your emotions every single day, and make sure you exercise, your emotions, and go for walks on the beach, and make sure you understand to go for walks just in your neighborhood, and make sure you understand that no matter what, that every single day of your life, that you always be eating much more healthy. I mean, in a sense, because what you eat is what you are. I mean, in a sense, so you have to understand every single day of your life to go and prosper, and the more you prosper, the more you shall succeed. So every single day you must understand that more you have to give. First, you have to give more, and the more you actually give, the better you're going to become. So you must understand every single day of your life that you're always looking to help yourself to succeed through the feelings, because that way you're going to be able to observe the mindset, and you're going to be able to observe your feelings and your thoughts. So make sure you're understanding that you're always feeling your thinking. And when you're feeling your thinking, you're just in the feelings. I mean, you're just being in the feelings of life. And you're making sure that you're tensing your emotions, and making sure you're stretching your emotions to feel the thoughts. I mean, so make sure you understand that always in your life, you're using your feelings to speak on a video camera, or to speak in terms of in front of people. And you're making sure that you're always helping people to succeed in some type of manner. So you're making sure all the time to make sure you're coaching yourself how to live life. I mean, in a sense, so the more you coach yourself, the better you are. So I'm much more better off doing 530 hours of life coaching that I've done already than having never done it. I mean, in a sense, to make sure you understand that I have over 1,000 hours of videos that I made, and it's much more better that I didn't make it than to never make it. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand that the more I make about myself, the more I have a legacy, and the more greater I become. I mean, in a sense, that the whole point of life is to be teaching something about life. So when you're actually teaching around life, and when you actually believe in yourself so much, I'm sure other people are going to believe in you. I mean, in a sense, so when you believe in yourself, and when you believe in a positive lifestyle for yourself, the better you're going to become. I mean, in a sense, so the whole point of life is to convert people into your way of thinking. And you have to understand that your way of thinking is the feelings. So when you're feeling through life, you're actually always in the wisdom of your life. So you're making sure that you're always prosperous and succeeding with your life techniques, and making sure that every single day of your life you're doing something positive for yourself to actually help yourself to move forward. So the more you actually move forward, the better you're going to become. So every single day you're always looking for a better outcome. So that's the whole point of life. I mean, every single day you must understand that the more you're in your feelings, the better you're going to become, and the more you're going to understand the EQ of life. I mean, you must understand EQ is to be in your feelings, and it's to be able to be prosperous, and emotions is what grows you. And you must understand that the more you're in emotions, the more you're able to observe your thinking, and the more you're able to observe the mindset and helping yourself to outgrow yourself. So you must understand to keep reading something positive, and you must understand to keep reading positive material that's helping you to succeed every single day, and invest your money into books, and make sure every single day you're understanding that life is to be made simple, and making sure that you're actually living a simplistic life every single day of your life, and you're doing something to help yourself to do better for yourself. So make sure you're always in the motions. So make sure you're pushing your emotions every single day to speak, and pushing your emotions to do things. I mean, in a sense, to push yourself, because that's intentional growth, and that's what matters, guys. And you must understand every single day that the more you matter, the better confidence you have. And you must understand to be content. So when you're in the feelings, you're in the contentment of life, and you're actually in the authentic way of life. I mean, in a sense, so anything that's authentic is an integral part of you. That is your words, that is something that you say, that you're doing. I mean, in a sense of making sure that you understand that you're doing what you think about, and you're making sure that you understand that what you think about is your feelings. And you must understand that you never think about anything, and make sure you understand that when you never think, you're just in your feelings. So make sure make sure you're in a spot where you have no thinking. I mean, sense of the whole point of life is to have no thinking. And when you have no thinking about life, that's where no mind comes into play. And when you have no thinking about life, that's where you become a being. And you must understand that the whole point of life is to have less thoughts happening. And you must understand that when you're in your feelings, the actual more you're going to feel your way through life, and the more in terms of life you're going to feel much better about. I see, guys, so what's important is making sure you understand that more you have no thinking about life, the more of a being you're going to become. So you have to understand that you have to be a being, and you have to do something that to be a being is to be in the feelings. So you must understand that you have to overcome situations, and you have to go and do something for yourself that's going to help you become successful. So every single day of your life, you're making sure that you're sweating it out. And right now I'm sweating right now because it's very hot in my room, but I'm making sure that I'm making a great quality video for you. So my sweat comes through. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that I have to have a shower. But the thing is, every single day of your life, you must understand that you have to have sometimes a cold shower as well. So when you're too hot, I mean, make sure you have a cold shower for yourself, and make sure you understand that you have to deliver content. So when you're delivering content from the feelings, and you're helping people to become much more present and in the moment. So when you're doing that, you're making sure every single day of your life, you're always focusing on that feelings, and you're focusing on your feelings and applying the information, because all the information of the world talks about being present. I mean, you must understand, and the more present you are, the more you're able to be a no mind. And the more you're a no mind, the more you're in your feelings. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand every single day, you never think about anything and never think to go somewhere. I mean, just go and do it. I mean, make sure it's something healthy to do, and make sure you understand that you never think about doing anything. I mean, make sure you just do it. I mean, as the Nike brand says, just do it. I mean, just be in your feelings. I mean, every single day you understand that when you're in your feelings, you're going to be able to do anything you want. I mean, you're going to be able to overcome situations, and you're going to be able to live life, and you're going to be able to go and prosper for yourself, and you're going to be becoming abundant in terms of richness, in terms of feelings. I mean, because all you really want to feel is life, and you want to be feeling your life, and you want to be feeling a journey about yourself and experiencing the moment. So when you're experiencing something, you're actually never destructive, because you're in your feelings, and you're using healthy attitudes and choices, and making sure you're understanding that you're doing a great life for yourself through feelings. I mean, every single day you must understand that people are going to reject you, and people are going to abandon you, and you must understand to have positive outcomes from that. And you must understand that anything that doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So remember, every single day of your life, that everything's happening for you in this life. And you must understand that the universe wants you to succeed, and you have to understand that. So every single day you must understand that the more success you have about something, the better you're going to become. So you must understand that it's always about a greater attitude, and making sure that you're pushing through, and push yourself and push yourself and push yourself with the emotions, and use your feelings. I mean, your feelings are your emotions, and that way you're going to have no thinking. And you must understand that my video right here, I'm not thinking about this video, I'm just doing it. I'm just talking, I'm just understanding the words are coming to me, and I'm just speaking and speaking and speaking, so I can help myself to grow. And the way I grow is I grow through what I've taught you, and what I've taught you in this video is what I've taught myself. And you must understand every single day that the more videos you speak about, and the more you do in terms of life, the better you're going to become. So every single day, look to do something that's helping you move forward, and look to understand that you have to be a life coach, and you have to understand how to do life coaching, and you have to understand that you have to all your life be able to teach something about life, because that way you're going to actually grow. And you must understand that it's about growth. So you must understand that everything I've taught you is what I've read. I've read from other people so much material that I have applied that information, and that way I'm understanding that the more I've taught you in this video, and the more I've taught you about life, the more I've actually taught myself how to live life. So you must understand that what's important is overcoming situations and overcoming the present moment with the feelings. I mean, in a sense, so you must understand that every single day of your life, you're always overcoming. And you have to be always overcoming everything. So the way to overcome is to be in the feelings. So you must understand that every single day you have to be present and in the moment, to be able to resist, and to not resist anything, but to make sure you're always never resisting life. And you always have to understand that the more you're actually in the feelings, the more you're actually in the art of awareness. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that the more you're in the feelings, the more you're accepting, and you're being the art of acceptance, which is the art of awareness. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that every single day of your life you're looking for a better outcome, and you're making sure you're always delivering content in terms of some type of different way. So you must understand to relate in a different way all the time, and making sure always that you're always helping yourself to grow, because that's what's important. You have to push yourself, and you have to understand every single day you have to grow, and you have to understand that growth is intentional. So this whole video is growth. I mean, it's growth content, and it's something that's helping you grow in some type of way, and it's teaching you a way of life. So if you want to overcome drugs, and if you want to overcome sex with other people, Or if you want to overcome food and drink, then you have to be in the feelings. And you have to tighten up your feelings, and you have to stretch out your feelings and tense your feelings to make sure you understand that you have to feel and feel, and that's how you feel. And you must understand that's how you grow. And when you grow yourself through different ways and different feelings, you must understand to always never label anything, but make sure you understand to feel good. So right now, you must understand that when you label something, just make sure you understand that you don't know what you've labeled. And you must understand that an apple is never an apple. It's just a label that people put on that. So make sure you understand that this life is a label, but you must understand that this life is also not a label. So make sure you understand that there are two sides to every story. So make sure you understand every single day that no matter what you're doing every single day, that you're always pushing yourself to grow every single day of your life, and that you're making growth content for people every single day so that they can grow, so that they can actually have a greater attitude for themselves, and so that they can become somebody in the process. But you must understand to keep consistent on YouTube, and you must understand to keep consistent in life, posting content that's actually helping you and other people grow. So the more you actually teach yourself and the more you actually grow yourself, the better you're going to become. So that's the whole point of life. And the whole point is making sure that you're always feeling. And the more you feel through life, the more you're actually going to become. And you're always becoming. You're always becoming somebody new. But you are the last 5 years. So you must understand that the most recent 5 years of your life looks like the next recent 5 years of your life. Unfortunately, you must understand that. Unfortunately, you must understand that the most recent 5 years is the next 5 years of your life. Your most recent 5 years looks like the next 5 years of your life. So make sure you make better habits for yourself now, so that you understand that when you make better habits, you're going to make better habits for the future, but the future comes now, and you must understand that you have to be present before you get to the future. So make sure you understand that you have to be planning all the time, but you have to understand that the future happens now. And what you want out of the future is just a feeling. You just want to feel your life. You want to be feeling something about life, and you want to be feeling yourself doing greater for yourself, and you want to be feeling a greater feeling for yourself, so you can actually grow. So that's the whole point of life. And the whole point is just making sure that you understand that the more you're growing, the more you're in your feelings. And that way you understand that you have to understand that no matter what, that way you have no mind happening in your life. And anything that's no mind is no suffering. So the art of life is no suffering. So the Buddha said, have no suffering in life. So make sure you understand that. You must understand that anything that's ego is something that's actually suffering. So make sure you understand that ego is the mind in terms of the thoughts. So your thoughts come and arise from the mind, and you must understand that the more thoughts you have, the more actual suffering you're going to have in life. So you must understand that the important thing is to remember that medications never work for everybody. And you must understand that no matter what, that medications never work either. So make sure you understand that no matter what, that you're never taking supplements. So make sure you're never taking any kind of supplements out there, but you can always get your food and nutrition that you need from food and drinks. So make sure you never take supplements, because those supplements are from diseases, and you must understand that anybody who takes supplements too much in life has diseases in life. And you must understand that Jesus Christ is someone who never takes supplements other than food and drink in life. So make sure you understand to follow Jesus Christ, because Jesus Christ doesn't go to a chemist's store and doesn't go to the supermarket to get himself some medications. But Jesus Christ is the medication. So make sure you understand to be the medication of your life, and make sure you understand that what you think about all day long is who you become. So what you understand, you have to have better thoughts. So making sure you understand that you be in the feelings. So making sure you're always choosing better outcomes for yourself and choose a better decision for yourself all the time. So make sure you're always making a better, appropriate decision that's actually making you kinder, and that's actually making everybody grow in the same type of manner. So that's the whole point. The whole point is making sure that everybody's growing around you, and making sure that you're always a positive outcome in life. And every single day you understand that the more you're positive, the better you're going to become. But the more you're positive, the more you're in your feelings. So that's the whole point of life. So every single day you must understand that the more you're in your feelings, the more positive you become, and the more you're going to cherish yourself. So you have to understand to cherish yourself all the time, because every single day of your life is a new day, and you have to understand that a new day becomes new challenges. Every single day of your life, you have to understand that life is to maybe, in terms of to be simple. Every single day you must understand to be simplistic about what your decisions are, and to be simple and not complicated. Make sure you understand to never be complicating anything, and make sure you never have problems. Make sure you never find a problem for yourself. I mean, then make sure you'll find the solutions. I mean, find the solutions to those problems and help more people in terms of solutions so you can actually help yourself to grow. I understand that what's important, guys, is always recapping a video and always making sure you understand that the feelings of life is making sure every single day that you're always performing. I mean, then you must understand every single day you perform, the better you're going to become, because that's how you have to understand you grow like that, and you grow for different feelings and you grow for different abilities. So you have to be always focusing on a greater way of life and pushing yourself to overcome. And when you're pushing yourself to overcome, you're understanding much more challenges about life, and you're actually growing yourself, and you're actually becoming much more wiser in the decisions that you're making. Is the whole process of life. So make sure you understand to be delivering content, that's a process that's actually happening for you right now, and that's actually helping other people to elaborate themselves much better in terms of life. So where you're actually focusing on helping people to grow and helping people to understand to communicate better is the whole decision process, and it's actually helping you to understand much more about something that's actually inside of you. So you must understand that anything that's inside of you is communication skills, and you must understand to use that knowledge that you have right now to help people. I mean, in a sense, so the more you help, the more of a being you are. So make sure you understand that the more you feel around life, the happier you are, and that's the art of happiness. So make sure you understand that every single book out there that you ever read is always going to talk about being present, and is always going to talk about being in a mindset in terms of your feelings. So your mindset is your feelings, and how good you feel on a regular basis is the journey of your life. I mean, so the more you feel good, the better you're going to become in terms of all areas. So every single day you're always looking for new challenges, and you're making sure that you're talking out every single day a new deal, and you're making sure that you're always focusing on a greater way of life for yourself so you can actually help yourself to grow. And you have to understand that it's about growth, guys. So make sure all the time that you're always helping yourself to understand to breathe, and to understand to come back to the breathing when you're actually talking and when you're actually speaking in front of a crowd, or when you're actually doing life, and making sure you understand that you have to be able to abbreviate. And to abbreviate is to find the verbs and nouns and the proverbs every single day of your life, and to make new quotes, and making sure you understand your grammatical skills every single day, and making sure you understand that no matter what, you have to grow everything in your life. And you must understand that the more you grow, the more feelings you have, and the more feelings you have, the more experiences you have, and the more experiences you have, the more confidence you have, and the more confidence you have, the better outcomes you have, and the better outcomes you have, the better positive mindset you have, and the better positive mindset you have, the better speaking ability you have. So it's all about speaking and making sure every single day that you understand that the more content you create, the better you become. So it's about making sure that you understand that no matter what you're doing on a daily basis, that you're always positive about what you're saying every single day, and making sure that you understand that is a way of life. So every single day of your life, you're looking to abbreviate something, and you're making sure that you're looking to teach people something about life, because that's how a life coach happens. And you must understand that when you happen to be a life coach, you happen to be positive also, and you happen to be in your feelings. So make sure you understand to feel your way through life, and making sure you understand always to go and grow yourself the best way you can. But you have to think fast, and the way you think fast is you be in the feelings of life. And that way you have to understand to get to know people all the time. So make sure you understand that when you start a conversation with someone, you ask questions and you ask statements, and you be someone who's making statements and asking questions at the same time. And that way you're actually growing yourself and other people at the same time. And make sure you're always looking for a new idea to help people. In a sense, so that way you're actually always focusing on a greater way of life for yourself, but you're doing what you can to help people. I mean, in a sense, so I have over 1,000 hours of videos online on YouTube right now, and you must understand that's going to help someone to look at my life and to be able to dissect my feelings and to be able to dissect who I am. And you must understand that's how you actually grow. And you must understand that's a legacy that I've left for myself right now, and that's something that you have to do. And you have to make 1,000 hours of videos so that you can actually truly become somebody in life. I mean, you understand? But the more you actually make videos, the more you actually become, and the more you become, the better you're going to understand life. So the whole point of life is to understand your feelings and to be able to judge upon your life in a greater way. I mean, in a sense, so judge better, and make sure you understand that the more you judge better, the better you're going to become. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that no matter what, you always have a positive attitude through life, and that way you're always having a feeling type of process going on. And the more of a feeling type of process you have going on, the better you're going to become in terms of life. And that's the whole point of being a being. And you must understand that when you're being a being, you're actually looking for better outcomes, and you're looking for a better way of dealing with life. and you're making sure that you're using your emotions to overcome situations every single day of your life. So if you want to be present, guys, what do? I promise you, be in the feelings. I mean, you understand? And if you want to have a no mind, what do? I promise you, be in the feelings. I promise you, if you want to have no thinking anymore, what do you be? be in the feelings. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand that way you actually help yourself to grow, and that way you're actually helping people to actually summarize every single day a greater way of life, and that way you're actually helping yourself to understand life much more. So no matter what, guys, just make sure every single day you're just growing and making sure you're always doing a greater way of life, because that's the process of the art of awareness.